right, you guys, what's going on? So you guys see the title. Let's go ahead and get into this. What do I expect from Microsoft and their E3 going into this year? Now, this year's E3 is completely one-sided in Microsoft's favor. When you think about it, there's only one person there physically, and that's Microsoft. Nintendo will not be there physically. They're going to be doing their event from their headquarters in the treehouse, quote unquote. They are going to have a few panels set around, but they're not necessarily going to be there physically. Microsoft has all the showroom space, they have all the time in the world, and more importantly, they got all the cameras, okay? So this is what I expect from Microsoft going into the show. You guys know me. At the end of the day, when we're done talking about specifications, when we're done talking about CPUs, GPUs, APUs, RAM, etc., right? It always comes down to that one key thing at the end of the day, and that's the quality games, all right? What do I expect from Microsoft? This is what I expect, and it's common sense. Microsoft acquired studios left and right. I expect to have I expect some details from these new studios. I don't care if you just show me something as like the title card. Show me something. Whatever they're working on, we need to have details on. Because let's be real here. We already know the narrative is not in their favor anymore, especially going into the whole Google Stadia situation. Ever since Google showed off Stadia, they pretty much have stole like the spotlight from Microsoft when it comes to their xCloud service. Now, mind you, neither service has been tested yet by the actual community. So basically, neither service has been field tested, right? But you gotta admit, more people are talking about Google Stadia over Microsoft's xCloud service. And in a weird way, kind of the narrative around xCloud is kind of stopped. Did you notice that? Nobody's really talking about xCloud right now. That should tell you something, people. So, going into the show, I do expect Microsoft to try and, bring back that type of audience to them, right? I do expect them to try and wow you with, with their service. I do expect xCloud to be here. Not sure how long they will focus on it. Maybe 30 minutes, maybe, if they are really going to try to, get you back into the, looking at them in that way. Maybe 30 minutes will be dedicated to Microsoft's xCloud. Right? The other time might most definitely go to the third party. And that's another thing going into this show too. All the third party studios, all the major ones, right? That, that are most likely going to be on PS5 and PS4 and whatever, and everybody else. They're going to be at Microsoft's, event, and more than likely they're going to be on Microsoft stage. I do not want to see Microsoft put all their effort into just promoting third-party games that are on every single platform. It doesn't do anything for me. It does nothing for you when they're showing off new pieces of hardware, especially with the rumors going around that they're going to show off the new Xbox, right? It does nothing for the new box or for the new consumer when you're showing off the exact same game that is available on the competing platform, which is the PS4 or PS5 or Nintendo Switch, and you're showing off that same game in its exact same form on your platform. It doesn't do anything. It just shows that, yeah, you have it, but it's also somewhere else. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't change the narrative or help your situation. You need to show off the games that truly matter. And I know somebody's going to say, well, Ryan, that's not the way they're going about it. And yes, I understand, and I have accepted that. But I'm saying they need some incentive for you to look in their direction. They need some incentive. At the end of the day, you need compelling games. And this is what Microsoft drastically needs to show us and prove us all wrong when it comes to us having doubts in them. Microsoft needs to deliver on every single note when it comes to their first-party catalog of games. They need to deliver on this front. This isn't something that's debatable. This isn't something that's refutable. It is the truth. Microsoft needs to deliver going into next generation. Sony, regardless of how you feel about their first-party games, the same thing can be said about Nintendo, right? Regardless of how you feel about their first-party catalog and their offerings, they got their offerings, and they appeal to their audience, and they cater to their audience. They make sure that their audience is invested in those type of games, and they make sure those games are quality. They are pushing those games out. Where's Microsoft? These are the questions that need to be answered. All right? These are questions. I see people getting caught up in the power narrative. Again, yeah, it's fine. Let's say Microsoft does have the more powerful console, right? Let's humor this idea. If Microsoft has the more powerful console, then you got to go right back to square one at the end of the day, right? Because once the power talk is done, it all comes down to what? The games. So, if Microsoft has the most powerful console, let's say the Xbox 2 or whatever you want to call it is more powerful than the PS5. Without compelling games and without games that are significant to the console, will it even matter going into the competition? Will it matter? I'm just saying. You have to answer that question. Will it matter? No, it won't matter. You need those games. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I want from Microsoft. This isn't a diss. This is nothing of this sort. This is just me wanting the basics for Microsoft. We're going into a new console generation. We're getting closer to this new console generation, right? Every single day we're talking about specifications, leaks, rumored CPUs, etc., right? All this information that continues to drop. We're talking about it. And we're excited for the new hardware. We're excited for the new possibilities. But one thing we gotta definitely fix as we go into next generation, we gotta fix our standards going into next generation. We need to have higher standards from all companies, whether it be a Sony, Microsoft, or a Nintendo, or hell, even PC. We need higher standards going into these platforms. If you don't have no standards, ladies and gentlemen, you have no consistency. And that pretty much shows and sums up Microsoft's generation when it comes to this gen. There has been no consistency with Microsoft when it comes to their quality. And before somebody tries to refute that, really think about it. How many games has Microsoft dropped that has made an impact like Cuphead? Really? How many? Next to none. I'm just saying, next to none. Cuphead, whether you like it or not, whether you're into that type of game or not, that game had people looking at Microsoft in the positive light. That game was the game that had people going, you know what? This is what Xbox One X is capable of. This is what the Xbox can do. This game is showing that we are creative. That is the type of stuff we need going into next gen. And that's the facts. So that's how I feel on the subject. All right. I don't care about the features, even though I'm pretty sure we're going to get those, right? Going through the years. Okay, fine. Features are nice. Right? Power is definitely nice. These are fine. But at the end of the day, we buy these gaming platforms for games. We buy them for their offerings, whether it be the third party and the first party. We buy them for those offerings. Okay? You need those first party games to help you stand out amongst your peers. That's where first party games come into play. And hopefully with these new studios that Microsoft acquired, hopefully, just hopefully, they actually learned from this generation and learned from Sony and learned that with these new studios, they can very well make a difference and compete with Sony when it comes to raising the bar in terms of quality. But if not, well, we're just going to have the same thing that we've had this generation. And before somebody goes, how can you change this? Or how can you make that even a reality? Easy. By demanding better. As you demand better, you get better standards. As you get better standards, you get better quality in your product. There you go. That's what I want from Microsoft in this year's E3. And that's what I'll be looking out for. I won't be caring about features. I won't be caring about a console that is beefed up. I won't be caring about any CPUs or GPUs. Hell, even Microsoft talks about the next Xbox. That won't do much for me. It might do something for the hardcore faithful, right? A lot of you might be talking about it and going and say that that's the best thing ever, but it won't do nothing for me because I will look at that, right? And I would think about it as just like a new piece of paper, a new blank canvas, a new blank piece of paper, and we're still sitting here like, what's on this paper? What do you offer on this paper in terms of the games and the variety, you know? There's nothing there. That's what I'm talking about. I'm looking at the games, and hopefully you guys are too going into this event. All right? So that's how I feel going into Microsoft's E3 for this year. This is Big Cloud Gaming. If you you guys liked the video, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike. It's all good. But I gotta be real with y'all. This year's E3, I'm definitely paying a close eye on it. Definitely. And when it comes to this show, I'm hoping for the best. But 9 times out of 10, man. 9 times out of 10, I'm always left disappointed in some weird fashion. And I hope that trend is non-existent when it comes to this event. All right? So, if you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe, share. And if you didn't like, hit the dislike, all that jazz. Make sure you hit that bell icon, stay up to date here on the channel, Big Cloud Gaming. I'll be uploading all that jazz for you guys later throughout the week. And, yeah, I'll see you guys later. All right? You guys be good. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy. I'm signing out. Deuces.